Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Open Great League with a team that worked pretty well for me last season. So in this season it is gonna get no change at all with all those weird move updates, and I believe it is gonna work much better than ever, especially with the recent update that the Flyers have been getting throughout this entire season. So overall here Diogo is gonna do a lot of solid work against my opponents, and of course here I was trying to catch the Thunder Punch or the Fire Punch or whatever they have on my Quagsire, but I could not do that right on time, and that was like of a big bummer. But still, now we can still switch out, but in the process we sacrificed a lot of crucial HP from our Dugong. It doesn't matter, we can still hold on here with our Quag, and of course the swag is coming up. Mud Bomb will finish off the remaining HP that Hypno is having, while another Mud Bomb will do some cheap damage on that poor Umbreon. So before they reach here to the move right on the CMP, we're gonna get there now to the Icy Wind, and we can debuff that Umbreon a lot, which is pretty neat now for us. It all depends on what they might have at the back, and of course Shadow Charizard will start taking over this entire battle. So by blocking here correctly the foul play, now we can expect something like a fighter at the back. This opponent is having a Medicham, and yes, battlers, they are not running at all Psychic, so we're just gonna go ahead with the Blast Burn. This move will one-shot down that poor Medicham, and we can do it on the second try after they block our first one, and of course Umbreon will most likely follow the same fate because they're getting super close to no HP. At this point all we have to do is to bring them to 0 health points with a simple Dragon Claw, only because they are at that range from this spot. Into the next battle now, battlers, and of course you might be wondering, Ganeto, you have a water type up in front, a water type at the back, and especially a mud boy. How are you gonna handle those grass types? So here is the answer: you stay in with your Dugong and try to go with that no shield scenario. By doing so, you can either grab that shield advantage or simply have a very close match up with that grass type, so that then your Charizard can finish it off, charge up a little bit extra, which is pretty crucial for those Blast Burns to land, or even the baits, as you can see here, while your Quagsire most likely will not have any other severe weakness at the back, because any team that leads with a grass type most likely will not have another grass type at the back, otherwise you are just getting bad algorithmed out there. So at this point we can simply tank whatever move they throw here with their Skeledirge, and of course Mud Bomb will be our main way to go. I'm not at all at a difficult spot at this point, because we can still take those moves that Skeledirge is gonna have, charge up to a double Blast Burn, and yeah, even when resisted, when the damage output is coming out of a Shadow Charizard, you are not gonna regret it. The damage is absolutely insane. Into the next battle now, and we're having a Sudowoodo up in front, and I can already hear you wondering, Ganeto, why are you having a battle like this in this short video? Well, that's mainly because Sudowoodo happens to be a core breaker for this team, and a very spicy one. So let's see how we can do here, and of course we're gonna get to the first move. Even if they blocked at this point, I would still switch out to my Charizard, because I have seen that they do not have the move Rock Throw, which is pretty neat for us. At this point we can still farm down, which is pretty good for us. Now at the back they have Lantern for them, but to be fair, we're just gonna get to those Blast Burns to obliterate that Pokemon. So another move is coming up, but this time just a Dragon Claw. We do not have the time to charge up, just barely enough to that Blast Burn, and of course now we can respond back at them with Quagsire. It all depends on what they might have as a third Pokemon, and unfortunately for us we're gonna see that a Shadow Sharpedo with those waterfalls is gonna be back there. Even if they had Bite, I believe that the outcome could have been the same, because this Pokemon is absolutely insane on the attack stat, and of course after that first Poison Fang we're gonna be put at a difficult position. Down goes that Sharpedo, but still a couple of sparks later we're just gonna fall down to that Lantern. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having the amazing double up in front. Another bad lead for our Pokemon, but still we can somehow make it like a soft encounter for us. So as you can see here, Dugong is having a lot of soft battles throughout the entire meta, and of course you always can get the chance to debuff the opponent, which is pretty neat, and I think that Dugong is the best leader for this season as well, especially with those Glygars having a lot of play towards the early parts of Great League. And let's see now how this is gonna go, because at the back they have Lantern and they want to go aggressively in there to my Charizard, but to be fair, my Quagsire is just gonna emerge and destroy down that poor Lantern. So here comes now the Mud Bomb, able to one-shot at this point, I believe, the Lantern, and one more is coming up. Are they gonna double block here? Yes, they are. Perhaps we cannot one-shot from this range, but still it's gonna be kind of a very close damage output from a single Shadow Mud Bomb, because Quagsire doesn't care at all. Yeah, look at that. I'm trying to snipe down that Lantern, but instead we're sniping down the double, which is just fine. I know that this Pokemon had a little bit of energy stored up, and at this point, by blocking once, we can safely farm down. Now let's see what they have at the back, because the Umbreon is coming. So I know that they need 4 of those Snarls to get to that CMP, and to be fair, I know that they are already there, so I'm just gonna throw the cheap Dragon Claw, and no matter what we do here, we can still have the upper hand, because the foul play is imminent, and we're just gonna spam our way to victory with that final Mud Bomb, because we can get there much faster than they can get to the second foul play, and of course that will conclude this battle into an amazing victory. Against Azumarill now, you need to stay in as always. You're gonna stay in against grass type, so why not against Azumarills as well? Especially when your Shadow Charizard is afraid of the lead Pokemon, you are most likely happy to encounter it with your Dugong or your Quagsire in a very close and soft loss overall. So with that in mind now, we're just gonna keep the shields for the end game and just gonna go all in with those drill runs. Another move is imminent, I'm just gonna let that go through, and I know that Bubble will not deal a lot of damage. So another one is coming off from my Dugong, and at this point we're gonna put that Azumarill pretty low. They're kind of obliged in using their remaining energy here, so down we go to the Ice Beam, and at this point Quagsire can go in, start farming down all those mud shots, and of course they're gonna turn into pretty handy energy. We're almost close to a Stone Edge, which is pretty great, and now we're gonna throw the Stone Edge on the Gligar. So this Pokemon is pretty troublesome, and perhaps they are thinking that without the Dugong they might have an easy life over here, but we know better with our Dragon Claw, with our Shadow Charizard. So here comes the first one. We're expecting the shield, but to my surprise they are not gonna block it at all. So in the end, as it seems, they have the Alolan Sandslash, which is gonna block my Blast Burn, and then on the CMP they're gonna let that go through, I believe. So down they go in a single shot. Are you kidding me? What are you doing, trainer? Perhaps they were thinking that since I'm getting super low on HP, I was just going for the desperate last second Dragon Claw, but that was no desperation at all. We're just gonna get there to the Blast Burn and grab that victory. Into the next one now with a Water Gun version of Lantern up in front. This Pokemon is still troublesome even how it is right now, and of course they're gonna try to catch on the Marowak. Seeing the Marowak coming in so easily makes me think that at the back there has to be a Skeledirge. This is a famous team that I believe was created by Zionic. Not sure, write down in the comment section if you know who created this team. And now on the Switch we're gonna meet up with that Lantern. So this Pokemon is an absolute menace for our Charizard, and knowing now that at the back they might have, most probably, I'm 90% sure at this point that Skeledirge is at the back, I'm just gonna preserve those 2 seals for my Quagsire and see what we can do. So here comes now the Skeledirge, and yes, trainers, we were right. Another Ghost Fire at the back, Stone Edge is coming up, they are gonna take it to one-shot down this Pokemon, and of course now Lantern stands no chance at all up against a single Mud Bomb. So now for Medicham, this is pretty neat, and this is the final battle of this video. So let's see how this is gonna unfold, because not only we have a nightmare lead, but also a very bad switch on that lantern. You need to switch out, you do not have to stay in with your Dugong here, but still you can see that Charizard safe switch is not the safest of them all, so that's why we have a generalist lead as well. You can stay in, but I do not recommend it. So here comes now the serve from that lantern, and of course all we have to do here is to overfarm a lot, and I was trying to catch one serve that was pretty risky at that moment, and now we can do that successfully. So at the back, Medicham returns for the final time, I believe, and they can throw the Psychic for not big damage at all. Also, this move was nerfed this season, so you're not gonna see a lot of Psychic versions of Medicham out there, especially on the Open Great League. So here comes now Mud Bomb, we can grab the shield, and to be fair, we're not looking that strong. They have to have something like a very bad Pokemon for my Quagsire at the back. We're also lagging here, which is pretty sad, but in the end you can see that we can still guarantee the knockout with our Mud Bomb. To our surprise, they have a Shadow-Alola Ninetales, which is just gonna drop down to a single Stone Edge, and we can still reach now to the Mud Bomb to end this video with a crazy victory, one of the best battles that I have had so far in my Go Battle career. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you are new to my content, and with that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.